What's happening, fellers and fellettes? A guy got something. He got his own four-wheeler rig. So, we're going to start the journey. We're going to build this thing out. We're going to put a sitting bench, a workbench in it. I'm going to put some lights in it. I'm going to put a floor in it. Let's give you a little tour. Let's just lock your peepers on it for a minute here. Let's do some sniffing around. So, fellers and fellettes, it's a 6x12 Bravo Scout, standard nose, not a V nose. Guy didn't want to spend the big monies, and I spent more than I wanted to on this, but it's what I need. I wanted a 7x14, but this will work. So anywhoos, it's got the rear stabilizers on it, which I should be using right now, but it needs a little bit of work, but I did buy it used. It's not brand new, but it's in really good shape. I guess they were art people that had it before me, and they used it to haul art back and forth from like art shows and stuff or whatever. But anywho, we're going to put a workbench up there, and it's going to fold up against the wall. Above the workbench is going to be a 32-inch TV, and then we're going to run power into it. I'm going to put a tongue box on the front with a 12-volt deep cycle battery. Well, we're going to put a shore plug in so we can run a generator for power, or if we're somewhere that has power, we don't have to run the Jenny, we'll just run an extension cord right along here, kind of like about where that white spot is on the wall, right there. We're going to put a 72-inch sitting chill bench. We're going to get some foam from the Joann Fabrics or the Hobbies Lobbies, the lobby of the hobby. And we're going to put a nice little bench seat there, and we'll put a back on it as well with foam, and we're going to use vinyl, marine vinyl, and then we're going to put a roof in it, and we're going to put a floor in it. We're going to do the tile, peel and stick tile flooring. It's going to be checkerboard. I'm excited about that. That's in the house. I got that off the Jungle website. 2-day primed it. I think eventually, maybe next year, if a guy can afford it, he's going to put a rooftop air unit on it as well. Don't know if I'm going to do the ice racing thing yet or not, fellers and fellettes, this year. I'm still debating pretty hard on that one. So I've got a little hang-on-the-wall propane heater that I may make a modular bracket to be able to remove it and put it in when I need it, take it out when I don't. And it just runs off a propane tank. So I don't know. It's going to work for me, though. I'm going to make everything so it folds up, so it's super slimline, so we can still fit both four-wheelers in here. I'm probably going to put a couple helmet racks up here. I don't want anything that's going to be standard. It's going to stay, because it takes up too much room. I was grateful enough to have a good friend of mine let me borrow his trailer for last racing season, and it had a workbench in it, and it crammed my style bad. He had cabinet up front. Now, mind you, it was his rig, so he could do whatever he wanted with it, right? But this being my rig now, and I can do what I want, I'm going to. So we're going to put LED strip lighting across the top. We're going to put on each one of these black beams right here. We're going to put a 12-inch LED light. It's going to be super bright. We're going to do white panel walls. We're going to go to the Maynards and get the big white panels. Them ain't cheap, let me tell you. $20 a piece. I need 8 of them. That's $160 if I did my mathematicals right. And then I'll probably need 3 for the roof. So we'll cover the roof in the white too, and then it'll have the bright daylight white LEDs. So it'll be bright in here, and that's what I want. I want bright. I want it to be bright, so you can see what you're doing. Everybody says don't do white on the walls because the wheelers will rub and you'll get, tire marks like that there. And the same with the floor. But, if I get marks, I get marks. I'm using it for what its intended purpose is, to haul stuff. So I'm going to put some floor tie downs in, obviously. Today I'm going to start working on the workbench and the seat. I still got to go to either the Joann Fabrics or the Hobby of the Lobby and get the vinyl and the foam. Got to run to the Hobo Freight and get the tongue box. They've got one on sale for $125, I think it is. And get a couple other small things. One big thing that was a must-have for me is the side RV door. And, the doodad here. Yep, love that. I gotta have that so you can get in and out. But we're gonna do the thing. I'm excited. The shop's a mess. Don't judge. And we're gonna, we're gonna deck this thing out pretty cool. So stay tuned, videos to come. So I got to do a voiceover on this part because I left the stereo running in the garage. Didn't think about turning it down. So basically what I'm saying here is I'm not a carpenter. I don't know much about the woodworking stuff. I build motorcycles, I weld, I build hot rods. I don't know a whole lot about carpentry, so I'm trying. But basically what I'm doing here is just explaining that I marked everything out. So a guy got a little carried away, forgot to turn the radio down. So the clip before this one, I'm going to have to do a voiceover on, which you'll hear, obviously, when you get to this point. But I got the frame done for the workbench. I'm going to cut the plywood right now. It's going to go up there. It does not have to be load-bearing. So I didn't go with real thick wood or anything. It's really just going to be a charging station and a place to put my helmets, my boots when I'm racing. It's a workbench, but it's not. So I'm not going to be putting motors on it or anything like that. Now, a guy would say, well, why wouldn't you just do it if you needed to? I don't plan on pulling motors at the racetrack. So this is just going to be simply for holding, drinks, cold beverage, wobble pop after the race or something, And then a charging station for the GoPros and the phones, a place to put the helmets, a place to set up the GoPros, watch video on the tablet or laptop, whatever I decide to bring with me, a place to, set oil if I need to top off or something like that, right? So this is the frame we're using. I'm going to put plywood over the top of that. We're going to use a chain system, and then we're going to fold it up. And I bought these little doodads here to lock it in place. And then we got some hinges, and it's coming. Here we go. Not that long already, and we're getting stuff done. I don't have the chain. I'll have to run to the hardware store for that. I got to take these off the wall and the ones up there out of the floor, reposition them where I need them, so I'll be able to save on a few dollars on that because I can use these tie downs for the wheelers. I won't have to spend any money on new tie downs, which is a huge plus for me. But I want to do the floor first, and then obviously I'm not going to cut out the tiles to go around them. So anywho, here we go. We're getting after it. And just like that, I've got a workbench. Let's see here, front. So the idea, fellers and fellettes. See if I can do this one-handed. We're going to stick this right here on the wall like so. See? Yeah. And then it'll put it on a chain, and it'll flip up out of the way for storage. Just like so, on a chain, and flip her down. Yeah. The guy's being a little smarter this time with the cameras. So, look at that. Workbench-ish. Storage bench. So the idea, fellers and fellettes. We're going to set this like right here-ish, maybe here. And then we're going to put it on a chain and hinges, and it'll flip up like so, out of the way. And then we're going to have a 32-inch TV mounted right here also. So then we can, do the thing, flip her down. We're going to have a charging station here for GoPros and telephones. A place to put the cold drinks, the cold snacks, the wobble pops, whatever you want to call them. We're getting there just that quick. Within 45 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes, we got something done. And just like that, we've got a seat frame. Sure, why not? I mean, I don't know. A guy really don't know what he's doing. I don't. I'll be honest. But it should work. So here we go. Let's try it. Well, a guy, for not knowing what the hell I'm doing, I kind of know what I'm doing. And look at this, fellers and fellets. It's even level-ish. Look at that. Would you look at it? I did the little locker doodle thing. Check it out. Ain't going nowhere in transit. Look at that. I couldn't. Bob Vila himself couldn't have done better. Well, yeah, he probably could have, but I did it. Look at that. Onto the bench. So, like a guy went on ahead and said, he doesn't really know what he's doing, but it worked out. I didn't measure right, so I'm a shorter board for the legs. But as you can see, I've got little dangler brackets So the concept, like the one that I've got there holding it up right now, the concept is that when you fold it up, the legs will swing in. When you fold it down, the legs will swing out. I'm going to figure out a way to put a stopper on them so they don't overswing. Maybe 550 cord or something, so they're just taut. But the bench is done, the workbench. Calling it a workbench, it's really not a workbench, but it's going to work for what I need it for. And the sitting bench. And I'm probably going to trim this board down because it doesn't need to be hanging over 18 inches or so or whatever. So there's another leg, I guess. But I'm going to go get another couple 2x4s to make the legs for it. I made sure I was in the studs for the 2x4 support 2x4 there for the hinges. And going to run to the lobby of Hobby tonight and get foam and vinyl, marine grade vinyl. And we're going to make a cover for it with some foam padding. And got a little chill spot. And then up there, and then we got to get the white panels for the walls and the ceiling. White panels. And then we got the checkerboard floor we're going to do still. Not today. Running out of time, unfortunately. Got other things I got to get done today. But we're getting there. It's coming along. Not bad for... What time did I start? 2 o'clock? Or 12 o'clock. I started at 12 o'clock. And it's 2:20. So... No, I started at 11 o'clock. So 3.5 hours. Not bad for a guy who's not a carpenter and doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I build hot rods and motorcycles and weld on stuff. I don't do woodworking. And I'm sure you guys are going to criticize the way I did it, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I just built a frame and went with it. So, and I know you got to be in supports, so studs. So all the studs were marked. So I went into the studs in the trailer, and I'm doing what I can do. For a guy who doesn't know what I'm doing, I think I'm doing okay. If you want to criticize me, go ahead, but do it politely and tell me how to do it better, and I'll do it better. But otherwise, for a guy who don't know what he's doing, I think I did pretty good for what I wanted. The idea I had, anyways. It's coming together slowly but surely, and this is... It can be improved on. It's wood. I can redo it, you know? I mean, granted, that and the fasteners to do this was $130 alone. I've got too much plywood, which is whatever. That's fine. I'm going to do a back for the back of that, the same size, and screw it into the wall with just some foam on it. So you got something to lean back against, so you're not just leaning back against wood. But the idea I had, it worked. Maybe I'll get a 2x or a 1x6 or a 1x4 and put it across. No, I can't because of the freaking leg swinging out. Maybe I'll figure something out for that, because that is kind of ugly, having the boards like that. And that one board's not going to be like that. The legs aren't going to stick out. The legs are going to be flush. That's just how I did that one, just for mock-up, and so I didn't break anything or pull the screws out or damage anything. It's just mock-up, fellers and fellettes. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. We're putting it together here, but it's coming along. So, like I say, I'm board short for the legs, so I got to go get that. I got to get the vinyl because that's not going to be enough. But for a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, I think he did a good job. I think so. Let me know if there's a better way to do it, fellers and fellettes, and I'll do it. We'll change it up. But anywho's, pretty excited about this. Getting things done. What's poppin', fellers and fellettes? Not gonna have a cooking video again this weekend. I worked on the trailer. So gonna be a little bit of a trailer update video that I'm gonna do. Or that you guys will be watching here. Anywho's. I was gonna do a cooking video today. I was gonna cook, and The wife wanted the OG, the Olive Garden. All right, let's get honest here for a minute, fellers and fellas. Olive Garden is just an Italian Denny's, okay? They got good food, don't get me wrong. But when you think about it, the gist of everything, it's just an Italian Denny's. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. They make good food. You fart?
Somebody else did.
What, me? You know it if I did, because you'd probably be dead. Anywho's. Flatulence. It's a great thing. So I did a little work on the trailers. You guys are going to see here in a minute. I'm filming this after I did the work. This is Sunday afternoon. I wanted to get a video going to stay in the algorithm on the YouTubes. Hey, keep in mind, a fella reminded y'all through the video numerous times. I'm not a carpenter. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm open to suggest. Ooh, how much is that? $250 for a boat trailer. That'd work for the jet ski. I'm not a carpenter. So if you got any suggestions on how to do things better, hit a guy up. Let him know. If you're in the Northern Illinois area and want to give a fella a hand, I'm open for it. Slide into my DM, shoot me a message, and I'm more than happy to take some advice and some help. It seems to be working though. I got to finish up the bench seat. I got the vinyl. I got the foam last night. It was late. I cut the legs last night when we got home because that guy didn't measure right. So the way I wanted to do it, it worked out right. A buddy of mine that is a carpenter stopped by today to drop off some things that I borrowed him for his Halloween festivities. And he said he had some ideas, so I'm just going to wait for him to send me them ideas over. We were on a bit of a time crunch, us, because we're going out to dinner, and he was because his wife was with him, and I don't think she wanted to wait any longer. But so yeah, so we're getting there. I've got the diagrams all drawn up for the power, which I'm excited about. So I want to finish the wood stuff and then move on to electrical. I hate electricity. I hate electrical stuff. Chasing it down in cars and motorcycles, it makes my head hurt. I don't do the mathematicianals very well. So anywho's, running new stuff is going to be pretty easy because I'm doing it all myself, so I can see how I want it and execute it. So we got a 6-plug, 6-switch box, and we're gonna have interior lighting, exterior lighting, work lighting, and then I think I might just throw some color underneath the rig. Maybe some fancy colored LEDs or something for some underglow. We're gonna put a TV in it. We're gonna hook it up so we can run it off a deep cycle battery or shore power for a generator, or if the track we're at, or if just at home working on it and we want power in it, we'll be able to just hook up the old extension cord. Man, it's hot in here. Moses sandal. The heat on hell. So we'll be able to hook it up to shore power through a generator or extension cord, and then also run it off the deep cycle battery. Be able to switch power, and so forth and so on. Everything should be here within the next couple days for that part of it. I ordered some lights and that little switch box or whatever deal. She can slide over or something. I don't know. I don't have much room back there, but I'm hot. I don't know what to tell you. I got it on the floor. Anywho's, as always, appreciate it, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We're getting close to 300 followers. That's pretty exciting. It wasn't that long. We were just at almost 200. Maybe a month or so ago. I really appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. Apparently you guys are starting to really like the content. I don't know. Cooking videos are doing well. That's what I got for this week. I'm trying to keep it in the algorithm. Not much, but it's something. Let me know. You guys got any suggestions on how to do the benches and stuff differently? And next weekend we'll try to do a little bit of we're going to do a cooking video next weekend, as well as a trailer update again. So
Weekend's gonna be chilly.
it is going to be chilly. Anywho, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day.